1-800-2-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give them a try. Call My Injury Guy.
Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo, also known as My Injury Guy. Making a new video for you, coming home from an all-day mediation. And the topic of today's video is how to get fired as a client. What do I mean? What do I mean? What do I mean by being fired as a client? How can you fire a client? Well, it's what lawyers call it when a lawyer tells a client, I can't represent you anymore, right? What makes a lawyer decide not to represent an injury client? I mean, after all, the more cases a lawyer has, the more money they make. And everybody knows that injury lawyers want and need lots of cases so they can make, decent money. Or at least a lot of people understand that. And especially if the injured person believes their case is valuable, certain clients think, well, that gives me some capital, some basis to assert my will in the injury case, or, whatever. The lawyer will put up with crap because they might make a lot of money on my case. So in the situation with this mediation I was just in, it was an all-day mediation, a very complicated, very difficult case, but we were able to negotiate terms for mediation. And for those of you who don't know and didn't watch my video on mediation, mediation is just a settlement conference, but it's a structured settlement conference, usually in front of a retired judge with a lot of experience. So the idea is the defense and their witnesses and their insurance adjuster comes to the mediation, and the injured person comes with their lawyer and whomever else the lawyer thinks needs to come with to prove the case, right? Well, a mediation isn't like a trial, it's just a settlement conference, but there are submissions, paper, document submissions that we send to the judge so the judge can know what the case is about and know what the strengths and weaknesses of the case are. And then usually the injured person's lawyer gives a demand that's quite high, and the other side sometimes starts with a zero offer. Our case started with a zero offer, but sometimes you can get them to make an offer before you even show up at mediation. We were trying to get them to do that on this case, but they wouldn't go, and otherwise the terms of the mediation were good enough that we decided to proceed. So very difficult case. Client definitely thought that the case had no problems at all. Lots of problems with the case, and I mean serious problems. I've been doing this for closing in on 30 years. Believe me, I've tried a lot of cases. I've done a lot of trials, arbitrations, depositions, court hearings, you name it. The problems with this case, which I will not go into right now, were really bad, really, really bad. And so in this case, we're discussing the merits of the case. Client was just denying, any of the difficult things that we brought up. He had a number in his head, but any of the problems and challenges with the case, he just dismissed. And honestly, at some point I had to be honest with him and say, listen, I'm a very, very good trial lawyer, and I've got a lot of experience, and I think I just have to be honest with you and share with you that this is a case where we could go to trial and it could be a not guilty. And that means no money at all. And, we now have a 6-figure offer in the case. And like I said, at the beginning of the day, the offer was zero. And throughout, 3 years of litigation, the offer was zero. And then, I was able to get him up into the 6 figures, which a lawyer I know who I talked to about the case. Lawyers talk about cases with each other to bounce ideas off each other. He said, yeah, you're crazy. You're wasting your time. You're never getting into six figures on that case. Anyway, we did. And the client, at some point became frustrated and told me that, well, he was getting disrespectful. Um, he was saying that I was what did he say? He said I was pushing him to sign the settlement, and I was attempting to manipulate him, and I was lying to him just so I could get my lawyer fee.
Call my injury guy.
If you've been hurt in a work accident or a car crash, or no matter how you got hurt, you want a fast and fair settlement, call my injury guy.
Call 312-500-4500.
312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give him a try. Call my injury guy. Call my injury guy.
And I have to be honest with you, I'm a pretty even-tempered guy most of the time, but there are things that set me off. Anybody who accuses me of being dishonest, messing with clients' money, or especially lying to the client about their case so I get money. That really makes me angry, because I will tell you, I bend over backwards to be honest and transparent. And, I get why sometimes people get frustrated and things like that will come out of their mouth. And, anecdotally, there are some lawyers out there who end up suspended or losing their law license, or presumably a lot of them get away with it. They never get reported, they never get caught, who do play games with the client's money. They lie to the client, they are lazy, they don't work on their cases, they're not familiar with their cases, they don't call the client back. All of these sorts of things, all possible, all, that when you're caught doing it, it's a big deal with the ethics board, because lawyers aren't supposed to do those things, but especially messing with clients' money or lying to a client so that the lawyer can get paid. Those are serious accusations, and I bend over backwards, to be honest. So it really pisses me off, especially on a really tough case that I took like it was a zero. I've had lawyers tell me, what in hell are you working on that case for? It's a waste of time. Well, it turns out it's not a waste of time. I ended up getting the client a very, very good six-figure settlement. And I guess my point is, he came this close. I literally shut my briefcase and I was ready to end the mediation and walk out. And I told him, look, buddy, I know you're upset, I know you're emotional, but there are certain things that if you say them to me, like one is, he implied that he was going to fire me and hire a different lawyer. And I immediately wrote out a letter for him to sign saying I'm fired. And as soon as I did that, he backed off. He said, no, Mr. DeSalvo, I like you, I trust you, I don't want to hire a different lawyer. He was just upset about the circumstance. It can be a very emotional experience. That I have to take seriously, because if a client's firing me, I have to make it clear on the record. I can't settle their case if they're firing me, right? But when they accuse me of unethical conduct or lying in order to make money off their case, or giving them bad advice to help myself financially when it hurts them financially, boy, that really set me off. And I told him, listen, I'm not mad at you, but those are very serious allegations against an attorney. And I've been doing this for almost 30 years. I have never once lied to a client. I do not lie to clients, and I don't generally lie ever. I mean, sometimes if we've been shopping for a couple hours and, my girlfriend shows me an outfit and asks me if it's good, I'm like, yeah, it's perfect, sweetheart, buy that one. But I think you put that under white lie. But, to clients, completely honest, completely transparent, and sometimes it makes the clients mad at me, but I'd rather be 100% honest because I think people can handle the truth. They can handle bad news or rough news as long as they know you're honest and they can trust you. The worst feeling with a lawyer is a lawyer who won't talk to you or who BS's you. So I'm glad he backed off on his accusations. I understand where they're coming from, but you know, as an attorney, I can't have people walking around saying, "Oh, DeSalvo, he hurt my case just so he could make money." I mean, I can't. I value my reputation. I value the ethics of the profession. I can't have clients accusing me of that, and if you're going to accuse me of that, then we're going to have to part ways. So anyway, long story for a short answer, but you know, what are you going to do? I'm an attorney. I talk a lot. I guess maybe I'm in the correct profession. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you and the family are well. Please stay tuned to the end because I have a ton of tools and information that injured people can use for free, no obligation, right on my website. So stay till the end, watch the whole thing. And if you need to reach me, you can call me anytime, night or day, 312-500-4500. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you or anyone you know has been hurt in an accident and needs a lawyer or even just has questions, give me a call anytime, day or night, at 312-500-4500. You can call me anytime, day or night, and the consultation is free. That's 312-500-4500. Or if you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, I made 2 great tools that really help people out that you can use for free on my website. The links are in the description. The first one is called the Case Cash Calculator, and it tells you what your case might be worth. The other is called the Good Case Calculator, and it tells you whether you might have a good case or you might have a case with some challenges. The best part is that they're 100% free to use on my website, and it only takes you 20 seconds flat to answer 7 multiple choice questions right off the top of your head. And then you get custom information about your particular injury situation fast and for free. So check them out, links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new videos every week, and this way you'll get notice of them. And if you have a question you'd like answered in a video, just leave a comment with your question in the comments section. Finally, if you enjoy my videos or if I've helped you in any way, I hope you'll consider doing me a favor. Injury law is a very competitive field, and I like having a small independent firm so I can help people who need it. People really rely on Google reviews when deciding who to hire, so I hope you'll consider leaving me a 5-star review on Google. It only takes a few seconds, but it's a favor to me that I would really appreciate. The link is in the description. You just go to that link, click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit, and you're done. Once again, I hope you and your family are well, and if anyone you know needs an injury lawyer or has questions, please send them my way by calling 312-500-4500. Thanks again for watching. Take care.
312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give him a try. Call my injury guy.
Call my injury guy.
312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give him a try.